We have to make sure that we have a planet for our children, our grandchildren, our nieces and nephews, and their nieces and nephews. That's really what we're moving toward here. We want to make sure that we in Michigan are part of that vanguard, part of the solution.
And the reason that's critical is to ensure that we're mounting the best possible fight against this challenge, but also, frankly, to make every single Michigander's lives better. And we're protecting the natural resources that Michigan is so known for.
What makes Michigan a prime destination is first the people of Michigan. Michigan is a state that makes things and grows things.
In fact, Michigan is leading the nation in clean energy growth and clean energy innovation. We're much more than a climate haven. We're also the tip of the spear in clean energy innovation. It is number one in the nation in terms of hydrogen investment, number one for IRA-backed clean energy projects, a top state for investment in clean energy. Our people are excited and fired up, and I believe Michigan is going to do big things in the world. A lot of people, when they think of Michigan, know that it's, a quote-unquote climate haven. We're not happy just being a climate haven. We also wanted to lead the fight against the climate crisis.
Make It a Michigan Economic Development Strategy is supporting those efforts. We work very closely with the state's Chief Climate Officer, Corey Conley, making sure that we expedite the My Healthy Climate Plan.
The Michigan Healthy Climate Plan, or the My Healthy Climate Plan, makes Michigan a leader on climate and on sustainability. We have to set goals based on what humanity and the planet needs, and then we're working to figure out how to make those goals possible. And so that's what we set with the My Healthy Climate Plan. We set the carbon neutrality by 2050, reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 50 to 52% by 2030. We need to get to 60% renewables. We need to get to millions of buildings that are retrofitted and decarbonized. We need to get millions of electric vehicles on the road.
We really work with our partners at LEO, the Department of Labor and Economic Opportunity, to make sure that our friends and neighbors across the state have the training, the educational attainment to be prepared for the jobs that we may not even conceive of. So we're not just solving for the opportunities today, but where technologies will take us 10, 15, 20 years down the road.
We've made these major policy commitments. Legislature passed that, the governor has signed the legislation, and now we have to figure out how to make those things a reality. To do that, we need workforce, we need materials, we need investment, we need partnerships with business. On the investment side, one of the major opportunities that we have right now is to drive more federal funding to the state of Michigan, as well as more private investment to the state of Michigan.
Michigan's also making really critical investments in things like our infrastructure. We've led the nation in pulling down federal funding to make some of those kinds of investments in clean energy and otherwise. And because of that policy landscape and the willingness to make those investments in order to meet our goals, we're also creating more demand for clean energy to support those companies and to support businesses in that important transition. You also need to make sure you have a partner that cares about talent. You're going to need new and different kinds of roles, even in each of our own companies, right? In fact, the Michigan Economic Development Corporation's Talent Action Team has created programs like the Michigander Scholarship and others to not only identify students who might be interested in these sectors, but build curriculum and program that prepares young people for, again, jobs that maybe didn't even exist before, but are going to be so critical for us to be able to tackle these real challenges in the future.
So Orange Sparkle Ball came to Michigan for a couple of different reasons. We had been really watching these innovative program after innovative program, and that kind of created the perfect storm of opportunity for us, where we had a state support of mobility projects. Orange Sparkle Ball is really focused on clean energy and, in general, electric vehicles. So Penny Pickup is a platform that we've been building, and it is about hailing a bot to take away materials from your home or business that you want to get rid of. As we conceived of Penny Pickup, we wanted to build a platform where we could identify both the materials that people wanted to get rid of responsibly and materials partners that would take those materials and process them to their highest value. And Ecosphere was a great partner because they're taking single stream food waste. For us, we'll be partnering with them to pick up coffee grounds and citrus peels so that they can repurpose them into bioplastics that can be used for products.
So Fortescue is a green energy, green metals, green technology business. As part of Fortescue, one of the energy businesses we have is really kind of scaled around creating green technology and green products that can help many customers around the world decarbonize their solutions. So what we're trying to offer through our mobility battery solutions is those configurable battery packs and those standard battery packs that can quickly help people get the solutions they need for their use case. We've made the commitment that by 2030, Scope 1 and Scope 2 emissions will be zero. Not net zero, real zero. But what we also really want to try and do is how do we scale and leverage that capability and technology to other solutions, other customers and other industries. And we're seeing there's a really strong link between the mission that we have as Fortescue and how it resonates with our customers, because ultimately they want to accelerate decarbonisation too. And they recognise, like us, the power of now. So Michigan has the most amazing set of resources. We absolutely want to be with Michigan and stand with Michigan together to help create these green technologies and green solutions from Michigan and then spread them to the US and more broadly, globally too.
In addition to all the technological innovation we're leading on here in Michigan, we have a major commitment as a Great Lakes state to conserve our fresh water and to preserve and conserve our land, to make sure that we can capture as much of the CO2 out of the atmosphere as possible and maintain our natural resources and provide supply chains to the globe to help meet this crisis. And we do that through our ports and our maritime industry. I will tell you that here in Michigan, I'm hopeful because of all of the people that I see working in this space, all the business, the industry, the innovation. And I think what excites me most about Michigan's future is the opportunity that we have not just to lead as it relates to decarbonizing our own economy, but the opportunity we have to have an impact at a global scale in a time of unprecedented global crisis.
From the perspective of our people, 4x the number of engineers of any other state. From the perspective of our natural resources and our geographic location, our industrial past, our ability to manufacture, our research institutions, and our ability to invent, there is no place more well-equipped to lead the fight against the climate crisis.
The opportunities in Michigan are endless.
I'm incredibly excited about Michigan's future as a climate change leader.
We really do have ambitious goals in Michigan.
We are ready to make an impact.
The whole country, the whole nation, the whole world should be rooting for Michigan.